Tonight, our planes are over North Vietnam, just as they were 4 years ago. Tonight, South Vietnamese cities are under siege, just as they were 4 years ago. And tonight, a communist offensive reveals the disaster of American policy in Indochina, which is exactly what happened in the Tet Offensive 4 years ago. It has been written that those who forget history are condemned to repeat it. Our tragedy is that we remember the history of this war, and yet we are repeating it now. President Nixon has adopted the same bombing policy which was started and later discarded by President Johnson. In recent days, he has unleashed massive air strikes against the North Vietnamese port of Hai Phong. This course is foolish because it has failed before. It is wrong because 40 of our pilots have been lost and uncounted civilians have lost their lives. It is dangerous because hitting or sinking a Russian ship in the harbor could carry us to the brink of a world crisis. And the president's decision is an outrage because it was made without the consent of the Congress and against the will of the American people. In a brief span of weeks, our leaders have taken us further away from peace than at any time in the last few years. The president has broken off negotiations in Paris. He has doubled our sea forces off the coast of Indochina. And now we learn that among those forces is a helicopter assault carrier with 1,500 Marines on board. We are moving ominously close to the situation which led us during the last decade into the longest conflict in our history. Richard Nixon was elected because he promised peace. He has broken that promise. 20,000 Americans have died in Southeast Asia since he took office. Let me repeat that because it is the hard and bitter truth behind the official claims about the success of our policy. 20,000 of our sons have been killed in Southeast Asia during the Nixon administration. If the president will not change course in 1972, it will be up to a new president to settle the conflict in 1973. I want you to understand exactly how I intend to do that. Within 2 months of my inauguration, I will withdraw all of our forces from Indochina. The only condition will be the release of our prisoners of war and an accounting of those missing in action. I will also cut off military aid to the government in Saigon if it is not making substantial progress toward peace. If it is wrong for Americans to fight in Indochina, then it is wrong for us to supply weapons to others so they can continue to fight. I say, end this war now for America. Give me your help and your vote. And finally, after 4 years, we will have a president who will keep the promise of peace.
Vote for Muskie, because you're not just voting in a primary, you're voting for a president.